Hello and welcome to Saki Tech. So in today's video, I will be going over more data types in our C++ programming tutorial series. This will be tutorial number 6, and I do recommend that you go and watch the previous tutorials so you can understand this one better. So let's get to business. More data types in C++. Now in tutorial number 4, we already talked about variables and two basic data types, integer and double. So you should already know how to declare a variable, and then we're going to go over a total of 4 data types today, including integer and double. I just have to make some additions to those two as well. So the first data type, as you know, is integer. This is a very basic data type, and you can assign to this kind of data type whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, 5,300,000. Now the reason I'm going over this integer data type is because there's a limit, there's a maximum and a minimum number you can assign to an integer variable. So for example, you cannot assign a number of this scope to an integer, because the maximum range you can assign is actually a weird number. Let me do a copy and paste. So let's put a little comment here, range. There you go. So that is the range of numbers you can assign to an integer variable. This is a number over 2 trillion, but you cannot assign 2.5 trillion or 3 trillion to an integer variable. You can either do a negative value or you can do a positive value. Okay, so if you go beyond this number, you can use the double type, which we already went over. Okay, but remember, with double, you can actually assign numbers like 25.5, 100.25, and all kinds of fractional numbers. And you can also assign normal integer numbers. When I say integer numbers, I mean whole numbers like 5 to a double. So you can use double for both. So the range of values that you can assign to a double variable is this. So how you read this is 1.7, and then you can add 308 trailing zeros to this. So that's going to be a long number. So it's 1.7, and starting at the point, you can add 308 trailing zeros. You can have a negative number or a positive number of that size assigned to a double variable. So you can be pretty sure that you can handle pretty much any number with double. Okay, so the next data type I want to go over is the character data type. So you already know how to print numbers on the screen, onto the console. What if you wanted to print a single character on the screen? What you have to do is to declare a variable of type character and assign a single character to that variable. So let's take a look at that. So that's the character data type. It's CHAR. Okay, so character 1. So what happened here was character 1 is a variable of type character, or let's just say char. And if you want to assign a single character to this, like A, B, C, D, or anything like that, you would go is equal, not equal, assigned A. Okay, so now the character A has been assigned to the variable character 1. You can also actually assign the character 1 to character 1. So this is actually a character, not the number 1, but the character 1. So you cannot say character 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. It's not going to give you a valid number. So that's how you do single characters. A, you can do a capital A, you can do a Z, capital Z. And just remember, we're talking about a single character. not a word or not a sentence, just a single character. Okay, so let's put this here and let's execute this code real quick. I'm going to print that on the screen. So character 1, and I'm going to put 2 new lines here, and we learned all about this in the previous modules. Okay, so this whole thing we talked about in the previous modules. So let's save this and do a build and run. What's going to print on the screen is A right here. Okay, so that is character 1. And remember, you have to put the characters in single quotation marks to make sure it's a character. Now there's one more thing you need to know about characters. Every single character has a corresponding number associated with it, and that's called the ASCII table. It's ASCII. You can go to Google. In fact, let's go right now. Okay, and let's put this right here. ASCII table. Click that. Okay, so let's look for the character A. Okay, here's the lowercase a right here. So what is the corresponding number that equates to the character A? Let me see. So we're looking at the decimal. The decimal is right here, 97. So let me show you exactly what I mean here. If I say declare a character 2 variable of type character and assign the value 97 to it, okay, and then I go and try to print this to, let's do a save, build and run. Okay, what's going to print again is A. Okay, even though I assigned the decimal value 97 to the variable character 2, what printed was A, because the character 2 is of type character, and every character has a corresponding decimal value. Okay, make sure you understand that. When you assign the number 97 to a variable that is of type character, what's going to print is the corresponding character, which is A. If we go back to that table and we wanted to print D, we would assign 100. So if we do 100, save, build and run, we printed a D, which is in fact the corresponding number for D in the ASCII table. Okay, so this is not something you memorize. These are things you have to go and look it up. And just to clarify one last thing, if you assign this number 100 to number 1 here, and then you go and you print that, it's obviously going to print 100 because that's of type integer that holds integer values. This holds characters. Every character has a corresponding decimal value, and you get that decimal value from the ASCII table. Okay, that's very simple. Okay, so let's just put some comments here. Refer to the ASCII table for all characters and their corresponding values. Okay, so the final data type we're going to be talking about in this module is the Boolean data type. This is a logical data type, and let's just name a random, let's give a random name to the variable I'm going to declare. So I just declared the variable choice, and it's of type Boolean. Boolean data type can only hold 2 values, either true or false. False, represented by a number, is 0, and true is any other number. Okay, so the Boolean data type stores either true or false. And so if you wanted the choice to be false, you would just say false. Okay, this is a reserved keyword in C++. Just like everything else here, the integer is a reserved keyword, double is a reserved keyword, so is false. And false represents the number 0. So this would be just as good. Choice would be false. So you can either do false. Okay, let's do one more. Boolean choice 2, or you can do true. And if you were to assign a number here like 1000, that would evaluate to true anyway, or even 10, and even minus 10. Anything but 0 would be true. Okay, so that is a true right there. So you got two choices. You got false and true, and I cannot unfortunately give you an example right now. I will, however, do that once we come to decision making in C++ using if and else statements. Okay, well, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments section. Subscribe to my channel for more videos to come, and click the like button if you like this video. And you know, just I'm going to be uploading some more videos very soon in C++ programming tutorial series. So just be on the lookout for those. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, guys.